Are you okay to start if we start?
Yeah,
Okay,
let's start.
we should start then.
Let's play Dungeons & Dragons.
Let's do that. All right. We're recording, everybody, so get your expectations in check. I don't know what that means. Doesn't mean anything. I apologize.
That's the best tagline ever.
Yeah.
Our
Who wouldn't want?
podcast has concluded, and we will now play D&D.
Indeed. All right. And for you Europeans, we apologize. We know it's late, but thanks for sticking with us. It's mostly speaking to Zoe, brings bacon. She's always up watching this. All right. Here goes. We'll do all the normal bits, and I have to. Okay. Fixed. Okay. Here we go. It starts in 3, 2, 1. You all right, Bo? Hello, everybody, and welcome to There Will Be Dungeons. Bo is dying. You all right, buddy? He's muted. You okay?
Yep.
Okay. Get a blueberry down the wrong
hole. I'm sorry. I was closing Windows and making my desktop efficient for DMing when I got an email from Groupon with the subject line "affordable massages," and it made me laugh. I don't know.
Wow. It's going to be that kind of show, everybody. I'm excited now. That's fantastic.
As a group.
Yeah, as a group. Somewhere else, 3 other people laughed with you, and they'll all be there on Saturday at 3. Hey, everybody, welcome to the show, speaking at Saturday at 3:30. This is the show we call There Will Be Dungeons. We're going to play Dungeons & Dragons. That's how this works, and we're pretty excited to be bringing it back to you. I'm Scott Johnson with Bo Schwartz, John Jagger, Kristen Ashton, and, of course, the one and only Kyle Ferguson, and we bring to you yet another adventure in the vein of There Will Be Dungeons. However, as always, before we get going, I'm going to read an email. This was sent to us by somebody going to the website and sending it. You can go to therewillbedungeons.com to do that very thing. This is Jason, and he says, "Hi, Scott and crew. I just wanted to tell you that my 10-year-old daughter loves listening to There Will Be Dungeons. I told her we were going to finish the episode. She put down her tablet and turned it off immediately and started watching it, and it was great to see. Bo does a great job keeping us entertained. Hope and Bok Bok are her favorite characters, followed closely by Varel." So Varel, backseat to the queen and a disgusting little goblin. Thank God she wasn't with me when Bok Bok was violating himself in the corner. Thanks for all you do, Jason.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like,
That's my favorite part. She missed
Bok
that.
Best character.
Yeah.
Bok Bok is not for kids.
No. Never was, never will be. Bok Bok should be avoided at all costs, but he is pretty great, and I hope we get to see him soon. Thank you for that message. If you'd like to be like that and send a message in, you can do it. Therewillbedungeons.com. Please do it, and we'll love you for it. All right, and before we go, a quick note. A bunch of you signed up for our support thing this week, which is great. It's a brand new week. It's early in July, so perfect time to jump in. If you haven't checked it out yet, go to therewillbedungeons.com, and you can check it out. I've noticed an uptick in the level that gets you custom artwork every month in the shape of a printed D20. Original artwork from me on one side. On the other side are original album art, and you can only get it that way. It's exclusive to you. So thanks for that. You also get our bonus shows, lots of other stuff. So go check that out. Oh, and that new bonus show, or the bonus show from last week, will go on the regular feed today for those who are not supporters. So just think, 7 days ago, you could have had access to that content. Yet here you are waiting too late. Well, there's a way to fix it. Therewillbedungeons.com. So take care of that. All right. I think that's it. Let's get a recap from Kristen. Kristen, what happened last time?
Last time on There Will Be Dungeons, fitted in the Fate 4, they flew. Let's restart this. Fitted in the Fate 4, they flew. Follow gabbed about his group, how they suffered super skills and were suspended from society. He divulged his developing dependence, Silva's disguise, edged ears to enshroud her elven endowment. Stanley spoke to her in their special speech, noting his native name, Valir Ornath. Due to the detriments they had dealt with, the trio was trying for tranquil turf, and Tiek Kala was tempted, so long as Follow exercised his expertise to expose the execrable. All agreed Hope promised to pronounce their procurement. Lusty lightning lashed loudly. A precipice, purple and prodigious, pushed their way. Hope dared to drive in the downpour, but deemed it too daring a difficulty. This was compounded by quick catches of a capacious creature coursing through the cloudburst, inferred only an instance of illumination. Stanley set up his shielded shelter while Nash dug a ditch to deny any deluge defacing their domicile. Then Varel and Nash bared their butts, bracing their bald bodies in the blasting beads. Stanley soothed Silva, singing a song from a suppressed subconscious. But suddenly there came a tapping, as of one loudly rapping at the Fate Four's door. Nash and Varel nearby nearly knocked out the noise until they noticed it was Nash. He had reported to return the robbed reserve, stating it was supposed to be a leg, not an egg. Then the next Nash knocked, followed by a final Nash fancying an egg. After all were appeased, they bounced, but not before beckoning the behemoth with all of their banter. Varel flew under the Fate Four as a frightening fossil marched through the mud, sniffing for its snack. Now rejoin our heroes as they lay low while a lizard looks for luscious lumps. Will Varel get to engage in glorious battle with a T-Rex? Can Silva bring out Stanley's backstory? And how many Nashes does it take to screw in a light bulb? Stay tuned for today's adventure in the wide world of The Wastes.
Man, try saying that 5 times fast. Nice job. Lots
Did
of...
you say execrable at one point?
Execrable.
Execrable.
Yeah.
It's a word.
Execrable.
Yeah.
I've never heard that word before.
Look, Canada.
I'm happy to have learned a new word. I have to look up what it means.
Canadian education. Just kidding. Go ahead, Bo. Take it away.
Is it like Kibbles and Bits that used to be Kibbles and Bits?
No.
Execrable?
Excribbles?
I need to look.
Excribbles.
Nice.
I'll have to look. All right. It's nighttime in the purple desert. The rain is torrential. It's coming down like mad. Hope, Stanley, and Nash Maggard of the Solar Mines, along with Follow, Sierra, and Rorf, and not Worf. I realized later that these two sound very much the same. Rorf are in the tiny hut. And when they look at the large puddle left by the many Nashes in the center of the tiny hut, they saw rippling, accompanied by a shaking in the ground. They are all not entirely clear what is happening, but you have a good idea. The one person with a full idea of what is going on is Varel Rasvim Kurik, placed underneath the Fate Four, looking out and seeing large, scaled feet. Feet almost as big as the Fate Four itself. And the bottom of a jaw appears. And you hear... and large jets of steam billow out into the rainy air. The beast is searching. As this happens, Varel, you begin to feel like if you took a cat and then put it in a paper bag that it couldn't break out of and sprayed it with water. That's what your chest is starting to feel like right now. What do you do?
It is a glorious foe, but I need to get it away from the car because that's our primary source of transportation, unless, of course, the best thing happens, which means I subdue the beast and ride it to great glory. Either way, I'm going to run out from under the car, and as I go, I'm going to light my shield. Ian Malcolm style. And I'm going to make the 40 feet away from the car, light it up, and then run over to the edge of Nash's big hole.
Okay.
And for a dash action and await it there.
Okay. So you're not doing this with any stealth, I take it? You're doing it...
No, not at all. Just like I'm in the... So it's sniffing.
Yeah.
I'm in the back half of the other side of the car. I push myself out of it, run my 40 feet barbarian speed at the 40-foot mark, light up the shield, and scream, give my roar,
All right,
and then
as you do
run
this,
another 30 feet.
as you do this with very quick speed, the Tyrannosaurus Rex looks up and goes, huh? And goes,
Wow.
That
It was good.
That's my best.
don't let
my best
anybody
T-Rex.
tell you that Bo has been deterred by people saying don't yell into the microphone.
No,
He has
it was
not
awesome.
deterred one bit.
Top shelf.
It's a verisimilitude, folks. I try to go for realism.
Sure.
Um, he yells really loudly. Okay, so let's initiative for combat. You hear the yelling from inside the tiny hut, so you're also a part of this initiative roll. Tiny hut people. That doesn't sound good.
So we're
Tiny
all
hut
here.
people.
We're initiative roll tiny hut people. I like the sound of that.
Someone could take that the wrong way.
I got a 23.
I'm in danger.
I got a 5. I don't want to freak anyone out, but that's a hell of a roll I got there.
It's because you have powerful magic. You got to be balanced in some way.
I literally can't get a 5. Even if I get a 1, I can't get a 5.
Okay, some other rolls, please.
14.
14 for the Vorel.
Mm-hmm.
I just realized I've probably been calling you Vorel a lot, even casually. And Nash last week was like, I don't call him Vorel, I call him Vorel.
What's your deal
And I
with
was
that?
like-
Too many blueberries? What's that about?
It's too many blueberries.
Okay, that's what I thought.
It affects my vocal
Sure,
cords.
Sure.
The
Hope, did you-
skeletal structure of a Canadian
25.
is different than an American.
25 for Hope, or Ope, as they say in Quebec.
Uh-huh.
All right, we're making some other rolls here. All right, you were literally last, Scott.
Hey, count me shocked. Can't believe it.
Okay. All right, perfect. So you run over to in front of the hole, Nash's hole, and you light your shield and shoot it up in the air, getting the Tyrannosaurus Rex's attention, or the tyrant's attention. It screams, as I've demonstrated. Won't do it again. Hope. So it's your turn in the next 6 seconds. So you in the next 6 seconds, you hear the scream. You can do an action, bonus action move, all that kind of stuff. Or
No, I'm just gonna. I'm still really tired and confused about all of the Nashes and kind of annoyed that I'm up. I should be sleeping right now. And then Varel, instead of walking into the hut that Stanley has clearly said no one else can enter if we don't want it to, has decided to go out and fight something large. Hope will just wait. If anything bad happens, she'll jump in, but otherwise she's just gonna it's like a dog chasing a bone. Go burying his bone or something. You know, Varel needs to kill a dinosaur. Varel can go kill the dinosaur.
all right. So you kind of go back to sleep. Stanley, Kristen brings up a good question. Now, no one can enter the hut, right? That you don't say can enter the hut. But
Correct.
is it indestructible?
I mean,
I didn't really
It
occur
says-
to me, and I'm like, does that?
so I would imagine so, but I would think, at least how I would imagine it, if let's say a T-Rex were to step upon it or anything, I would imagine it could be like smushed into the ground, or it could be,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
you know,
spells.
like I would think so, but nothing can penetrate it.
It says spells and other magical effects can extend through the dome or be cast through it. I imagine that works both ways.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's basically indestructible. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so
but not
Chills,
physical attacks, right? Nobody, the thing can't like leap on the dome and.
You can't put physical attacks through. I mean, I'm assuming if magic, you can't shoot fireball through it. You probably can't swing an axe through it either. Is sort of how I think of it.
All right.
Yeah.
Unless that person was allowed entry. Unless
Yeah.
Stanley went, oh, a T-Rex, he can come in.
Then you could.
Come on in.
Hope's gonna
T-Rex.
trust
That would be a
Stanley's-
crazy betrayal, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a nuts betrayal? Just like, yeah, it's fine. Let the T-Rex in. Everyone's like,
I hope would then assume Stanley has a plan.
A little nose comes in, and then you go, just kidding. Cuts the nose off. I don't know how that
Aw.
would work, actually. be sad.
All right, so that means it's Stanley. It's your turn. I've given you a bunch of ideas.
I'm going to, you know, I'm gonna look around and I'm gonna say, best as I can tell, I think Vorel is going to fight the creature. I cannot leave this place without the shelter falling apart. So,
Wouldn't that be something?
I'm going to remain here. If any of you would like to go assist our friend, feel free to do so. But if you need healing or anything, you're going to have to come back in here. I'm not going to let this barrier fall. That's it. That's my turn.
All right. Follow looks around and he says, "Are you sure we're safe in here?"
Nod.
All right, that's his turn. Varel, it is your turn.
Awesome.
And
I
I'm
would
staring
like-
at you and rearing up to move.
Cool. I would like to advance, sadly, slightly off the map here, so I can kind of be on the edge.
We can fix this if you just give me a quick second.
Cool.
Let's see here. Height. Now, it won't look cool, but it will be more squares. Does that
Awesome.
give us more squares? Do you see more squares?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Perfect.
perfect.
Cool.
Excellent.
I just want to get to the other side of the big hole,
Okay.
and let me see if I can fire. Yeah, I'm within my half range, which is a disadvantage, correct, for shooting at max range?
Yeah.
We don't have Jurassic Park rules with this, right? Because T-Rexes are supposed to be blind and only base stuff on smell and hearing or whatever.
Yeah, these are not scientifically accurate Tyrannosaurus Rexes.
Okay,
Neither were the Jurassic Park ones.
that's
so.
true.
What even is a T-Rex at this point?
It's a good point.
Cool. So I moved. I will enter my rage, and I will do a double flame shield throw attack at the T-Rex.
Oh, okay. Do it.
A 15 and a... Oh, wait. Well, oh, that's right. Disadvantage. Bummer. I got a natural 20. Okay, so a 15.
I think you still count to 20 on a well, no, you got to disadvantage.
Yeah, because I'm at range. I'm at
Yeah, 20
mid-range.
just means auto hit. You have to use a lower one. I'm sorry, my friend.
That's all right. So 15 for the first attack.
It's a hit.
Sweet. I'll go ahead and roll the second one here. A 21.
Hit again.
I hook it up with 2 flame and shield attacks. But is that range so I don't get my rage bonus? 11.
That's one disappointed lizardman.
Ooh. 39 points of damage from the double
Oh
attack.
my god.
Wow. I don't know why
I rolled
Vorel
some
wants
good
to
on
go
my
fight
sixes.
T-Rexes.
Okay, so you run to the other side of the hole and you let out 2 flame shields. Whoosh, whoosh. And they strike it. Where do they strike it? Where were you aiming for?
Oh, I'm batting it on the head. I want it to get away from the vehicle.
Strike it right on the nose. And it yells out again. "Roar!" In rage and anger.
That's
Man.
horrendous.
It's like man in a dinosaur suit.
All right, I'm not making it better. All right. And so you nail it, and you've angered it greatly as its eyes light up with frustration and purpose in your direction. The shield returns to you. Anything else that you'd like to do for your turn?
It's all my actions. I'll yell, bow before your fang.
Okay, perfect. So it looks at you screaming. Now you've injured it, so it's aware that you're capable of hurting it, but it's still angry. And so what it does is it stomps in place, and it goes 1, 2, 3, and it crushes the Fate 4. As it walks over it, the wheels fly out, and it just explodes into a pile of metal.
Yeah.
And then it continues and makes it drags the ground with its claws. It goes and then it charges and then it charges into the air, and then it just sort of falls into the 100-foot hole. There is water in it, but I don't know that'll be enough to break its fall. Where is the Dice-a-Rooney? Got 100 feet?
Did the water fill to the brim? 100 feet of rain?
No.
No? Okay.
Last we
That's
left
only
off, I
been-
said it filled out maybe at most 10 feet. I don't think that's enough to break a Tyrannosaurus Rex's fall. I'm thinking.
No, I wouldn't
right.
imagine so.
I'm even madder at wheelchair guy now, for the record.
So the damage dice is 10d10 for the fall, just FYI for everyone.
10d10.
So I'm going to need a minute.
Yeah, don't fall in that pit, Scott.
Holy
Dude,
shit.
holy
You made a
crap.
100-foot pit. It's 1d10 per 10 feet.
That's a lot.
That's a 1.
It's wheelchair guy's fault.
Uh-huh. Wheelchair guy, eh?
We're never going to get our car back.
10, 19.
Should have stole the keys and ran off with it.
Oh yeah, Scott's gonna be so mad when he finds that the Fate 4 is destroyed.
He's gonna be more mad than Hope.
I like that you said Scott will. Scott already knows.
Yeah.
He seems moderately annoyed.
I'm super
I meant
annoyed.
Nash, sorry. All right. So the T-Rex falls into the hole, hits the ground, and falls on its side. And it runs like the way that it falls is that it bashes its face like in the far side. It just sort of slips and goes poof, poof, and hits the wall, hits the ground. You hear the cracking of muscles and bones, but it is not dead. And so it quickly gets back up and looks up, and it's maybe about 60, 70 feet or so. So it's really close to the side, and his little baby arms are trying to, and it's going as it screams and yells, and a giant jet of steam flies out as it approaches you. Rorf's turn. Rorf kind of looks around the room, sees nobody moving, and does nothing. Nash, it's your turn.
All right. You all right?
Yeah, my
Morph-
pen went away. I
morph-
had to go get my pen.
More Foley work from Bo. I'm
What
going.
did it sound weird?
Yeah, something was funky there. Also, something's running that shouldn't be.
Oh, it was my brooch. My brooch scraped something.
You have a
probably.
brooch?
Yeah.
Oh, for your cloak.
Yeah, you don't really see a lot of the detailing on the cloak.
We're learning all kinds of new shit about Bo today.
I have a brooch.
Well, let me broach the subject of a giant dinosaur being outside. I'm going to say,
You guys hear a loud like bang and shake in the ground as something really heavy fell. Right.
I'm going to light a rock and head out the thing.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go. Is there a specific exit in this, or is it just any which way I want?
Any which way you like.
Okay. I'm going to move to there. And let's show the chat room where we're at. Okay. Do I have visibility of the dinosaur from here?
Yep, you do.
I
Well,
do.
you can see the top of his head jumping and biting.
Okay, so he's kind of
the
trapped in
hole.
there.
Yeah. For now.
All right. I'm going to. Where's all the earth I moved?
There's a giant mountain of it to the left. You know, I had the same thought over the week too, that we didn't really talk about where the earth you moved to, where it went to.
Yeah, I didn't think about it either. But let's
But
say.
we'll just say it's to the left.
Okay. I wish I had a way to just throw it all at once right back in the hole and bury him.
Oh, if you'd like to fill the hole back up with earth, the process will be about 15 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Also, by doing that, that slows.
T-Rex just climbs
Yeah.
out slowly over time as it gets the...
That's all that would happen. So we're not gonna.
I'm
do
gonna bury you. Climbs out of the pit.
That's a really good point. All right, I would like to do some real damage here. So I am going to 4th level fireball this bastard. And yes, I said ball. And I'm aiming for, down in the pit where he is. I do not want to affect Varel, and it shouldn't because he's up on the edge, right? So there's
It'll be down in the hole, so it doesn't traverse like angles.
all right.
As long as you shoot it low enough, you'll be fine.
I'm gonna do that. He's a big, easy target. I don't get any kind of advantage, do I?
No.
All right. Well,
There's no attack roll.
yeah, there is for fireball, isn't there?
No, it's a saving throw for the enemy.
Oh shit, Dex.
You just do it. You're like fireball.
you're
there.
You're
and
right.
It goes.
Dex 15. Yeah. Give me the. Can you save for that?
Well, roll your damage dice. The T-Rex will not save, so it'll take the full damage.
All right, I will do that now. 96.
If it's a third level fireball, what is it? 68 or 88?
96. It says.
96.
Yeah, at this level.
Are you
You get
casting it
fourth
at?
level.
Are you using a higher level spell slot for
Yeah,
it?
fourth level.
Okay. Perfect.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It's the only way to be sure.
Okay, one of these dice is not settling. There we go. 28 total points of damage.
Okay, perfect. So you fire a fireball at it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Okay. How much was the damage again?
Sorry, 28.
Okay, so you fire the fireball at it. 1 second, I'm just doing some math here. Okay. All right. It hits the side of the Tyrannosaurus Rex and just completely melts the side off. His scales just slide off one side of him, exposing rib and muscly tissue. And it screams out in pain and looks back at where that came from, and it begins running in your direction now. Just instantly reacts, runs in your direction, and tries to jump up the side of the hole, but can't quite make it out. But it's clawing at the side of the mud, and the walls are sort of coming down a little bit, and as it's clawing frantically, mud is falling down into the base of the hole. Not enough for him to get out,
Okay.
but eventually. But it is not dead.
All right. That is my turn then.
All right. Hope, it's back to you. You see a giant explosion, like the light from an explosion outside the tiny hut.
Hope will snap up.
You
and
also
look in the
heard.
direction.
You also, because you can't see because the rain is on the tiny hut, so it makes visibility really bad. You just see lots of rain streaking off the side of the hut. You can make out probably shapes, but it's pitch black out. But you heard the sound of metal being crushed.
Oh, she'll sit up and she'll stare in that direction and just shake her head. It's probably the most angry she's ever felt since the game started.
Wow.
But she knows there's a little girl in the hut, so she's trying to keep it together. And that's her turn.
All right, Stanley, do you have any at least words of consolation for Hope as you have to spend your turn in the hut?
No, Stanley, I would imagine, having heard that, because this is all in about 6 seconds, would have just turned and looked at the direction of the Fate 4 being crushed, looked over at Hope, and just mouthed, "Oh shit." And that's it. That wouldn't have said it out loud, but just mouthed it. That's it.
Okay.
It's my turn.
Follow looks to you while you say "oh shit" and says, "Are you sure we're safe here?" I'm hoping we're safe.
We're safe for now. I don't know
Really?
what happened to Stanley's voice right there. It's got
I don't know
real-
what happened to follow.
got
voice
real
either.
Western. Safe for now, right
Yeah.
now.
Right
Just
now we're
hang out in
safe for
this hut.
now.
Forel, it is your turn.
The dino damage you mentioned, is it massive? Is it unrecoverable?
The dino damage is unrecoverable. He looks like he's in a critical state.
Okay. All right.
Although,
so he,
I mean, it's a great beast. You have no idea how deep the well of its energy goes. It's starting to lag and looks worn.
sure, it doesn't look like it'd be up for getting ridden anymore.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's at my range here, so I will make my double attack yet again, this time in range, and taunt the beast as I do. For it is mighty, but Pharrell is mightier. With 2 13s.
Let me check its AC. I believe we have a hit on our hands. You do.
Sweet. I'll hook it up with the damage. "27 points of fire damage.
Okay, describe how
goodness.
it dies.
so its back's to me, so I'd just be firing right at its neck nape there where its spine would be sticking out and just slam, then swing it around again and slam with the throw shield.
All right, so you slam it into submission, and finally, its knees buckle, and then it leans up against the side of the wall, like, "Bleh," and just sort of life. It breathes heavily. There's a last breath, a last jet of steam, and then it holds still, lying against the inside of the pit. Rain pouring on top of it, and steam billowing out of its open wounds.
I'll stay in kind of battle position, doing the kind of grapevine walk as I make my way around the circle in case it gives one final hurrah bite.
You give it a bite?
No. In case it goes. Like I'm still
okay.
I'm still ready to.
Okay.
It may have life in it yet, but I'm making my way around towards the stairs.
Okay. So for everyone else, rounds are now over.
When you say that, I always picture our characters like this the whole time, and then when you say that, they go like that. Relax their little stance, so they're no longer in battle stance. It's pretty cool. Anyway.
Yeah. So as the surroundings calm and both you and Nash sort of remain quiet, you hear a kaboom in the background as an explosion erupts from the Fate 4.
Shit.
And everyone in the hut sees a giant bright light come in the direction of the Fate 4, and there's now a flame coming out of the vehicle.
I turned to wheelchair guy and go, "This was your fault."
He's in. You turn to no one.
Shit. Where is he?
He's
Not
in the tiny hut.
Oh, he's in the hut.
No one else left. You
Oh.
guys are the only ones out in the rain.
I turned to Varel and go, "This was wheelchair guy's fault."
Whatever we tell Hope, know that my plan was to protect the car and drive it away. I didn't realize it would be infuriated by my attack at the vehicle. Also, I wish to borrow her knife, and I hope I can accomplish both those things.
I'll look at Hope inside the tent and say, Hope, I think if that is in fact our vehicle, we're going to need to see if any of those rations can be salvaged.
I brought them all in? Yes, last game.
Did
Yes.
you?
I
Yes,
brought them into the
I
hut.
remember that.
I take that all back. I got... Start stuffing the rations in the bag of holding.
Start eating them furiously.
Yum, 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 yum.
Every
save
man
up.
for himself. Bravery. Camaraderie. Let's do this, Nash.
All right.
I will enter the tiny hut.
Same. I'll follow him in.
Okay, you enter in. Vorel, you become immediately dry thanks to your ability to always be hot. Uh-oh.
You all right? You okay? Everything's
Yeah,
good?
I dropped my drink and made a little.
Flustered by my hotness.
And Nash is basically dripping constantly with water, making a new pool in the hut.
I have felled the beast. He succumbed to my wits and Nash's mighty hole.
He succumbed to Nash's mighty hole. It's perfect.
Mhm.
However, my plan was to draw, and I will turn my head very slowly to Hope and try to maintain eye contact, the beast away from the vehicle. It was enraged and attacked the Fate 4. And it exploded. I am sorry.
Hope's gonna look at the little girl, and she's gonna stare at that little girl really hard. And then she's gonna look back up, and she's just gonna turn her back to
She
everyone.
brings up the blanket of her bedroll up to her eye and then like hides them. You stare at her.
Hope's just gonna turn her back. And she's just gonna stare out at the rain. And then
So,
she's gonna lay down and try to go to sleep.
What does this mean? Was that explosion we heard the vehicle blowing up? Vorel?
Yes. Hope
Oh no.
could perhaps
No.
expletives in the
No.
rain. They might aid.
No.
Can I borrow your
No.
knife?
No.
Does anyone have a knife I can borrow?
I don't have one, says Worf.
I do.
Vorel.
I do.
Here, I'll
Or take Stanley's.
toss him one of the daggers.
Thank you. Sorry, Hope. I will carry you
No.
for the walk.
No. Go. Just go.
And I leave. I'm heading back to the T-Rex body to use my cunning artisan to make a item from its hide.
Oh, and which item would you like to make?
To be determined.
Okay. You're gonna work with the grain and let it tell you what it's making.
Yeah,
for you.
exactly.
All right, I gotcha. How many hours do you want to spend doing this?
Let's see if there's I can do it over a short rest, apparently. So, I'll
1
make
hour?
it clearly masterwork. So yeah, I'd spend a bit more time at it. Actually, I require a dagger to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but I can't make a dagger. So I can make a shield, a club, a javelin, darts, or blowgun needles from it.
I'd let
have
you
a
make a
dagger.
dagger.
Okay. I'd love to make a dagger of my own.
I'd let you make like a dagger of its tooth or of its refined bone if you sharpen the bone down. That's fine.
Cool.
You're not getting anything like insane.
I mean, ideally, I build a
dagger.
Flint. Can I build a Flintstones car? Like that'd be
It's gonna take you more than an hour,
sure.
but you could theoretically maybe build some wheels with its bones or something. You'd need a few days in the blueprint,
Oh, that's true. Okay.
even if the blueprint's just drawn in sand or something. Like, could you make a Flintstones car? Doesn't have an engine; it's just powered by feet, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and the T-Rex is huge.
Oh, hang on. Okay, so I'm gonna use a tooth and make my dagger as my fine prize from this beast. But I would like to start hauling up bones and see if I can turn the Fate 4 into a rickshaw. Isn't that the word, right? Or where that you run and you hold the...
rickshaw. Yep. So put 2 handles on it and assemble the wheels. Put a seat on it, and boom, it's a rickshaw.
Yeah, like with the help of real wheels.
Yeah,
Use the bones.
The wheels have flown off in different directions, but you're pretty sure they're recoverable. Because it stepped on the top and the wheels blew out of the side, so it still has
Okay.
wheels.
So I will go in the pit and I will make my dagger. And I will start hauling up bones, for this will be a lengthy process, and we'll see
Okay.
where
Alright.
it goes from there.
Okay, so we'll say it takes time of a long rest. So you're looking at an hour to salvage the bones. Now, in doing so, you don't have time to take any of the meat and prep it. You're kind of cutting in, trying to get at the bones. You're not doing any butchering. You got to pick one. Like, you got to pick one lane. So at this point, I mean, you could come back and spend more time to save the meat, but for the 1 hour, the 1 hour is salvaging.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Like a chef in the kitchen, I'll eat a little as I go.
I mean, you can tell me you want to spend the next 12 hours harvesting this thing. That's fine. We're under no time pressure.
That'd be up to the group and what they want to move with. So for now, I'll start hauling the bigger bones that I can
Rickshaw.
carry.
Okay, I'll write
Upstairs.
rickshaw. Vorel, rickshaw. Okay, perfect. So an hour's about to go by. Does anyone in the party have anything they need to do before then?
I have an admission to make. Sorry, this is out of game, but when I was in high school, I knew a guy named Richard Shaw, and he refused to let anybody call him Rick because it made the name Rickshaw, and he hated it. So I'm just putting that out there.
And you're like, I'd like to ride you today, rickshaw.
No, it was like
And he'd be
we'd
like,
always say, hey, it was like, hey, Rick, I'm late for math class. Can you give me a ride? Ha ha ha! And Rickshaw would not be happy about you saying that. Sorry. Back to the program.
I like how it's an admission, but I don't know what you were admitting to.
I gotta admit,
Scared for a minute.
truly the darkest secret of our time.
I think maybe you left it out. Is that you called him rickshaw all the time?
Yeah, that's true. That way.
All right. Let's see. Okay, so an hour goes by. You begin assembling the parts. You're gonna need a bit of binding material to keep the bones in place, but you do find bones that would allow you to essentially fabricate it into a rickshaw. Like you take the two axles. I just don't know what binding materials is in a corpse, right? Like
Sure,
do you
right, I can-
use cartilage and ligaments to tie things together.
Sinew.
Yeah, and that's what I do to make a shield on the go, but a shield is not the same as this.
I just mean in this
Vehicle.
for something this size, but it is a T-Rex, so it's large. So okay, let's say you make that effort. So you find the axles; they're bent a little bit, but they're still there. You've got the tires. The tires are very sturdy because they're custom that Hope put on. They're not like RV tires; they're monster truck tires. They're still in fine shape. So you have axles, the tires. You found it's very wet, but you find one of the seats sort of in the sand, and the rest of it you can bind together with various materials to come up with a rickshaw. It's all there. So
Sweet.
it happens.
Cool. If I need binding, I would go to Hope and ask her for her rope.
Okay.
Rope,
And what would Hope's reaction to this rope request be?
No.
rope on a hope.
I have a surprise for you.
No.
It's a good
Let me
surprise.
sleep, please.
I understand your... But... Stanley, do you have rope?
I don't know.
I do if no one has it.
Yeah, I got 50 feet of rope.
I would greatly desire your rope.
All right, Varel, here. Take that out, hand it to him. Is there anything else you anticipate needing?
Hope?
Dead silence.
Very much like your aid in this construction. Perhaps the bond of brotherhood could be forged once again over a crafted. I'll be leaving. I head back out into the rain and
All
work
right.
on my rickshaw.
Yeah. You complete the work and have now successfully created a bone and metal rickshaw with a couch and wheel. I don't know. What would you like to call this fine device? It's a majestic machine.
Hmm.
Rickshaw.
Dick
It's
Shaw.
the Fate 4, so it'll be the Fang Fate 5.
Okay.
Dang.
The Fang Fate 5. All right.
Very good. So you silently, no one's really helping you. You're doing this all on your own. You silently behold your work. And that, as you look at this work and think on it proudly, roll a perception check, please.
19.
You get the distinct impression that you are not outside alone.
I will turn about, give a full sort of scan, and say, I've defeated a tyrant this evening. I'm hungry for more. Who goes?
There.
The darkness responds with silence.
Well, I can sense your eyes. Do you like what you see? Do you desire combat? I will bring it to you. I have a bard with me. He could write the story. Very well. And I'll continue to look around.
Okay.
Kind of bend over the rickshaw and be like, oh, I'm working on it, just busy me, but
Oh, you're going to subterfuge. Okay.
Yes,
Roll
not very well,
a-
of course, because it's not my forte.
Yeah, well, we'll let the dice decide. Roll a deception check.
All right. Hey, 16.
Perfect. All right. So as you work on the what is it? Fang Fate 5.
We can call it the
I'm
Fang
gonna-
5.
I'm gonna move you there. Nash, you're back in the hut, right?
Yeah, I'm in the hut, fuming.
Okay. As you work on the Fang Fate 5, you begin and sort of pay attention and look around. You begin to notice that shapes are moving in the background and in every direction. They're humanoid, they look predatory, and there's a lot of them. And I'm just going to... And they have a distinct movement to them that you identify as lizard folk. I'm going to start putting relevant positions on the map here for you. Sorry, it'll just take me a minute. But you notice these, it's outlines. You don't see things, but you see shapes. You have a general sense of where everything is because of your nature as a predator. You begin making them out. They appear to believe that they're sneaking up on you and are not aware that you're aware of them.
All right.
Okay, I've now revealed everything, so you can see which directions they're coming from.
Are they mounted?
They are not mounted,
Interesting.
but you see from all directions shape closing in on your location from every direction.
I will continue to ride my deception check.
Okay.
If you want me to...
No, that's fine. At a certain point, as they approach, they stop. And you just see low to the ground. So they're like, you know how you sneak up low to the ground? They're low to the ground as well. And they're slowly making their way in your general direction. They're silent. You know that they are in hunt mode. They are lizard folk. And that they are waiting, watching, and not responding.
While continuing to work on my rickshaw.
Yeah.
Well, you have me surrounded and outnumbered.
All right, and everyone hears a voice in their head at this time. All players, whether you're sleeping or not. You hear.
Is that a voice?
You hear a voice in your mind.
Do it
Like a
again.
rumble?
Do it again. Does this wake us up?
It does.
Stanley, roll over. You're snoring again.
That's
Says,
not me, Nash.
wait. What's not you?
I hear it too, but it's not audible. It's directly... I don't know. It's perceived, not heard.
Follow bolts upright, looks around and goes, "Where's Syrah?" And you look over to where she was laying, and the bedroll is empty. Well, where the hell is she? Where'd she go? Did anyone see her?
I don't know. I was asleep.
No.
And Follow sort of stands upright and puts his fingers to his temples and closes his eyes and begins to appear doing something. You're not quite sure what. Rorf rouses as well. Has the girl gone out for a walk? You hear it again. Wakey, wakey, little one. Everyone hears this voice in their mind.
The heck is that?
I don't know, but I don't trust it. I'm gonna poke my. Can I poke my head out? It's not really like a tent, but I want to poke my head out and see if I can see or hear anything more.
Definitely poke your head out.
Okay. Does it look like the side of a
You
dome
poke your
with
head
my-
out, and the yeah.
Okay,
This
so
is exactly what it looks like.
all right.
Yeah. So the rain hits your head. The torrential downpour. Visibility is difficult. You see what looks to be a rickshaw made out of the parts of the Fate 4, and Vorel standing defiantly, looking out into the darkness. As you look around, you kind of notice that there are small movements and shapes in the distance in the blackness, but you can't make out what they are.
I can't see anything. I recommend we stay in here for now.
And you hear, why stay when you could greet me? Come meet your tormentor.
Hope's eyes will go wide.
Lightning strikes.
Oh man.
Follow. What's the deal? Do you know where Sierra is?
I can't find her. I can't see her. I can't see her mind. I don't know where she is. There's this look of anxiety on his face. Something's not right. Worf sort of gets up and goes, "What should I do?" He stands up in the tiny hut, and his head exits and pokes out the top of the tiny hut. The large orc head just poking out of the top of the magic hut.
I was looking for.
It's getting rained on, and he just looks like unhappy about it.
I was looking for art inspiration. You may have just given it to me.
It's raining still. Show yourselves to me. And with another lightning strike, Pharrell, you see the lightning strike actually outlines a figure, humanoid, floating in the sky above the lizard folk that are approaching. Its hands outstretched, long tentacles flowing on all sides from what looks to be a smooth round head, the water bouncing off of it, and it descends from a higher point in the sky and sort of floats down, and then the lightning's over. You can't see it, so it turns black, but then there's a glow of purple outlined in the sky where it's approaching.
Am I not enough for you, beast? You summon my friends. They are as formidable as I. Please cut me out of your chatter if you only wish to speak to them. I am awake and here, ready to face you.
Okay, and so it sort of floats up into the sky above you and looks down at you, and you get a better look at it, and has beady eyes, long bearded tentacles, and it speaks into your mind, and it goes, "I'm here for the one they call Hope." Everyone hears this, by the way. Where is your friend Hope?
Is this a mind flare?
I would speak with her.
It's gotta be.
If you
It is
wish
a mo-
death,
As player to player, it is a mind flare.
Freaking out.
Shit. Those are scary.
if you wish death, you find her in no better mood for it.
There will be no death today. It is too early.
I beg to differ. You see, I am Fang of the lizard folk, and it seems, if I were to be any guess, that you've enslaved my brethren, and you are my enemy.
They are no longer your brethren. They belong to me, Ubvaxiad, great servant of the wizened worm. I serve a greater master. Just as you... No, not you. Just as your friends follow a master. Tell me, pure of heart, why do you keep friends with the thralls of demons? Step aside and let me speak with them.
Are you not in their minds? Can you not speak with them now?
They do not
You will find me
serve-
their defender.
Very well. I've not come to claim them today. I've come to make them an offer. An offer approved by my master, Dolo Popio. And everyone hears this. Stanley, I know you can hear me. Would you not wish to parley like you do with your blade?
Oh, I certainly have a desire to parlay, though I don't think you would enjoy it as much as you seem eager to experience it.
Such bravado.
Okay, Hope's gonna load up Scully with puckle rounds. And she's gonna head out.
Okay. All right, you head out into the rain. Follows sitting there, looking around. Rourse has his head sticking up, trying to see what's going on. Okay, you can move your character if you wish.
Okay, cool. I see you.
Hope. The most important person on this forsaken planet. You are on the tongues of all demons today.
You said you had a deal?
I have an offer for you.
What is
What
it?
do you want most? Do you wish to be free of Catobal Prey? Your bargain?
What's the offer? I can't tell you that.
My master has made a contract with Andriesta. Andriesta wishes all the souls in Tiet Kala. But Catobal Praith is preventing Andriesta from taking her claim.
Well, they don't
only-
belong. They don't belong to her. They don't belong to anyone.
But they do. The only reason they live still is thanks to your master, Catobal Praith. Were it not for him, they would all be dead by now. Your master has a hold over you, so I make this offer. I know how to kill the principal. I can take you to him. We can end his existence once and for all. And when you do, your conditions with Catobal Praith will be fulfilled. We will have Tiet Kala, but you will regain your freedom from your master. It is a difficult choice.
You know I can't do that.
You can do whatever you want, Great Queen. You can rebuild a new Tiat Kala. It is just buildings and a place. There is more out there than this little kingdom that you've never known. People that you have no connection to. You care more for the people here than those in the kingdom that you call yours.
Get out.
And he looks around a little bit. What about your companions?
Get out.
Give me hope. And I will take hope in Tiat Kala, but will guide you to the principal and you'll have your freedom. All you have to do is give up one friend. But what is one friend compared to a life of eternal damnation when you fail without our help?
I'm done making deals with demons. I've regretted one decision, and I'm certainly not going to be repeating that same mistake.
You hear the laughter in your minds as before him in the air materializes Sira, the elf girl, floating. And he reaches out a long, tentacled hand. Well then, this will do for now. And Follow charges out of the hut, rolling sort of on his wheels, going, "You gotta stop him, Hope! Kill him!"
Yeah, Hope's already got her gun ready to go, so as soon as she sees this, as he reaches out to touch Sira, she'll shoot
Okay.
at him.
All right, that's initiative rolls. Initiative rolls, everyone.
20.
Jeez.
It is a 15. Hope was determined, man.
11.
Hey, you're moving up in the world,
Yeah,
Scott.
moving on up.
19.
19 for... Okay. Let me make a roll for this dude here. Oop, that's a D12. That's not end up going to be a good roll. Okay. All right, perfect. Hope you're up first.
Okay, sweet. I'll take my 2 shots with Scully. The first one is a 16.
It's a miss.
Okay, second one is a 20, not natural.
It's a hit.
Cool. Let's see. Let me pull up the rounds again. This one, he's gonna have to roll a DC 15 strength saving throw. Now let me roll the damage.
Okay, I've made the saving throw. It's a puckle round, right?
Yeah, 16 damage.
Okay. He takes 0 as the bullet passes through him. And you hear delicious. You hear in your mind.
And then she'll start running toward. Although they're up in the air, aren't they?
They are in the air. They're about 60 feet up.
So, she'll run toward them anyway.
Okay.
And that'll be her turn.
All right, perfect. So you run up directly underneath her, take a shot. It flies through him. Doesn't appear to have done anything. Varel, it is your turn.
Ooh. 60 feet, huh? And the girl's hovering as well?
The girl's hovering as well.
If I ran over and did a hoop hoop, grab my fingers together and gave you a robo boost off my strength plus your jump, Could we clear that and get you to the girl?
Maybe.
I mean, he's a projection or something like that.
Yeah.
So, are the lizard folk around us getting busy?
They are beginning to move forward. They move slowly, though.
I don't know if we can even make that amount of motion.
I guess it depends on how high you can throw.
Yeah, and you've got a robo leg anyway, so would it even?
I get an additional 10 feet.
And
Would
then
that-
the height of jump. Sorry, I always forget how. There's a section on like jumping that tells you how high you can just jump in place, and then you'd add that amount on the item to it. Jump basic rules. Let's see here.
Would you let the
No, that's the spell.
throw combine with the robo leg, or would that be?
Yeah, you can get additional momentum from the jump up, right? That's for sure possible. I'm just looking up the player's handbook. So I don't know what game rules. Actions in combat. Movement and position. Is that it should be under here? Jumping.
If you, when you make a high jump, you leap into the air, a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier if you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump.
That's the running jump. There's a stand in place jump too.
The standing, you can only jump half that distance.
No, but that's still a lengthwise jump. There's a
Mm.
one for straight up in the air, which is I think what we were intending. There should be a section on it. Shit, where did it go?
Yeah, with the strength of 12, you can only jump 2 feet off the ground
Yeah.
without a running start. So we could get 12 out of you, and my
Yeah.
throw isn't going to cover the other 40. Okay, cool. Thank you for entertaining the.
That's all good. I still haven't found it. I'm still looking for it.
There's a
I don't
great
know why I can't find-
flexlabs.com/5e jump has a calculator you can use.
Oh, perfect. 5e jump. That was probably quicker.
It's really good for that sort of business. All right, I'm gonna go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna round up the lizard folk because I want them on me.
What was getting the Jesus light?
I am Ubvaxvid. Ubvaxid. Ubvaxid.
It's that
hard
time
to
on the
say.
East Coast. The sun starts going down.
All right, I'm going to move 40 feet out from my rickshaw and take a position slightly to the southeast of Hope so that the majority of these lizard folk would not intercept her. But I can't
Okay.
guard all her angles.
Okay,
And
very good.
so I will move 40 feet. I will bonus action engage my rage. And I will throw a shield at this Morning Star wielding lizard folk 30 feet out from me
Okay, do it.
with a 22.
All right, you should be able to see their health bars of these guys. Do you see them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't see numbers, but see little green bars.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, that's all right.
11, 15 points of damage.
Okay, perfect. It's a hit.
Oh,
Wait, did you roll a hit roll?
Yeah, then 17.
Okay, so you just kill it then with 2 hits.
Cool.
All right, so that first one, you fire it out. We can't even make out its face or see who it is or what it is. You just see the shape. You fire the fire out, and then it illuminates him briefly and kills him. From the 1-2 hit, just drops to the ground.
And I'll scream, "Disgorge your worms and bow before your fang."
All right, perfect. Stanley, your turn.
All right, I am going to use my full movement to move 50 feet to be directly underneath them.
Okay.
Then, as a bonus action, I'm going to unlock my Mantle of Majesty.
Okay.
And that basically allows me to cast Command without expending a spell slot as a bonus action for 1 minute, or until concentration ends. And I'm going to look up at the creature and I'm going to command Release.
Okay. What's the saving throw?
It is. Let me just make sure what it is. It is a Wisdom save. It is a Wisdom 16 save.
Okay. It gets to roll with advantage because it appears to have a resistance to it. I rolled a 20.
Jeez.
So what does it happen? What happens if it saves?
Nothing.
Okay. It does not have an effect. Sorry. But you can tell that it actually has a magic resistance. As you cast the spell, you can feel it, like a sort of wave of like as the magic goes out, that it is incredibly strong, magically speaking, and resists the spell.
All right, that's it.
Okay, perfect. Nash, it is your turn.
Nash is going to immediately do a thing you're probably all expecting. I don't know. But if you're not, here it is. He goes full dragon and shoots up into the air.
Okay, perfect. You are now a dragon. You now fly up into the air.
All right. Do I have any movement?
It's raining. It's raining very hard. You have the movement on your dragon stat
No,
block.
I mean, can I still move even though I've turned? Like, I can't remember.
Yeah,
if that's...
changing uses your action, so you have a bonus action and movement remaining.
All right. I'm going to move. Let me zoom out. I need to see where the biggest. Yeah, those guys are freaking everywhere. All right. I want to get within range here of this group. And I can't attack yet, though, so I guess that's my turn. But I'm gonna hover over them and look poised to make their day real bad. And that's my turn.
Okay, so you hover over them.
Oh shit!
Poised.
I forgot to do a thing. That's okay. It's all right.
What?
Oh, wow.
No, I forgot. I was gonna turn Varel big before I transformed, and I forgot. It's all right. Big Varel will have to wait for another day.
Well, that was taking action though, but I get okay.
No, I'm saying I screwed up. I should have done that. That would have been my turn. Save dragon for the next turn. That's what I meant to do. It's all good.
All right, perfect. Okay, so the let's see here.
Can I yell something at these people as part of my turn?
Can you yell people?
No, can I yell at these lizard folk? Because they should still perceive me as some sort of god-like creature. I'm hoping.
So you can attempt to do that.
All right, I'm going to say, "Yo, check it out! I'm like a god to you."
All right, roll a religion check, please.
Okay. I couldn't think of anything good. Hold on.
Someone asks you if you're a god, you say, sort of.
Sort of.
Hashtag it's complicated.
It's debatable. Depends on where you're from.
All right, here we go. That would be 14 plus. What do you say, religion? So that's 17 total.
So you say, "Yo, I'm a dragon and you're God," and it has no effect on any of them.
Great.
As you get closer, you can see them, and the reason it doesn't have an effect on them is their eyes appear to be kind of blank, and their movements appear to be kind of robotic. They don't
Okay.
appear to be them. That's the impression you get as you look at them, because it definitely worked in Razak Val. Why isn't it working here? All right. Regardless of that, Follow comes up. This time he wheels up, and he himself puts his fingers to his temple and begins going, and you hear him sort of make this grunty sound as he's enraged by the fact that Sira appears to be in mortal danger. And he begins floating off the ground, his wheels spinning. As he floats up off the ground, he goes, and for the first time, the Mind Flayer, his tentacles bristle back as he shapes back. And then he swirls his hands up and forms a shield around his body with lightning that comes down, goes, and forms a shield, and Follow starts floating up into the air. The Mind Flayer takes the energy, swirls them around into his hand, and shoots it at Follow, who's in the sky, and Follow just goes and takes off like a lightning rod into the air and falls way back, and you just hear a on the ground behind you. And then you hear Worf go, "Hey!" And he transforms into a giant bird. Just instantly, just like Nash did. He's a giant feathered bird. And he goes straight at this, what do they call him? Ubvaxian. It's hard to remember. Ubvaxian flies straight at him, and then the Mind Flayer takes him just as he's about to strike, reaches out his hand, turns it into a fist, folds that bird in half, folds the bird in half again, 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 and really quickly until it goes to a tiny peck, and then it goes and just sort of blows up into a bit of grains.
Wow.
Show title, folds the bird in half again. He takes Sira, and you hear the voice for the last time in your mind, and says, "If this is the path you choose, tormenting you will give me great pleasure." And then he claps his hands together, lifts up his arms, and giant trees burst out of the ground as they reach into the sky 60 feet up, and they split off into branches. And at the end of the branches are these big bulbs, and the bulbs open up, and they go, and there's eyeballs in the tree branches, and it goes, and it turns into a giant forest of trees with eyeballs around you. The lizard folk are now disappeared somewhere behind the trees. And then him, before he leaves, you hear the voice says, "If you wish to save the innocent one, you'll have to find me at Caravanon." And then he dissolves into nothingness with Sira, who disappear from the sky. We'll take a break.
Jeez. All right. We'll take a break, everybody. We'll be right back. Go take a pee, get a drink, do what you got to do. We'll be back in a second.